Good afternoon. I am Tony Dattino. I am the founder of the USA Memory Championship and the president of Dattino Consulting Group. And as I wanted to do today, I wanted to just explain a little bit more about how we came to the virtual USA Memory Championship that we're going to be doing on November 14th. And try to respond to some of the emails that we've been getting since we announced the event on our website this past weekend, which has been fantastic, well received, and it's great to see that people are looking at it. So the first thing I want to let everybody know is, we were keeping our fingers crossed and we were hoping that we would have been able to do a live championship at MIT, which is what our plans were, and when we had going into 2020, we were going to be at Penn State and doing the qualifying. Well, obviously in April, that didn't happen. Penn State has obviously had challenges, as all schools and colleges have had, in opening up their schools for school enrollment and students going back to school, and the challenges that has brought to different academic institutions. With that, MIT was our next hope in saying, okay, could we do kind of a full day and do a combination of the qualifying and the live championship rounds that we do at MIT. And we waited and hoped, and finally, a short while ago, got the word that that was not going to happen either. So that was the final. As the schools started to come back in September, a decision was made not to go there. Now, with the interest we had gotten, it was my goal as founder of the event, and the interest that we were getting from people, and learning more and more myself about how to Zoom and being a part of virtual education classes and things, wanted to do a Zoom memory championship or do a Zoom competition of some sort, and make it in a way where anybody could really be a part of the event, and then bring forward some of the traditional activities that we have done for 20 years. And that's how that was my goal, and I wanted it to be fun, and I wanted it to be for anybody, especially that wanted to participate for the first time. I wanted anybody to feel that they could be a part of it and then have fun with it. And it wasn't about who a champion was going to be. It was more about, hey, we're still here. We're still looking to do our official 22nd event, which will now be moved to next year. And we'll go through the process that we normally would, having qualifying events. And we were planning to have a Brain Expo and had some really great speakers and things lined up. And so, not giving up and realizing that the world seems to be shifting post-2020, we didn't want to give up on doing live qualifying and high school competition, etc., and an MIT event up at Cambridge. So in any case, I wanted to keep things going, and I wanted to at least give people that were interested in competing a safe place to go. So staying home and Zooming on your laptop, as well as letting spectators come in and Zoom as well on their laptops from home. And so getting all the parties together and finally getting whatever was necessary to make that happen. It took some time once we got the official word and what we were planning on. And I had to make some alterations, and so off we went. So we had been talking about it for a bit, and the good news was finally this past weekend we were able to post something out onto the USA Memory Championship website. We were able to get an application out for people that are interested, and now respond to questions in terms of what they're going to be, in terms of what the events are going to be. What I can assure you is all of the events it will be 4 events for the day. So we're only going to have 4 events, and we're going to have what we call fairly fun, simple events in the early rounds in terms of what we call our qualifying, and therefore just about anybody could really participate in the opening part of this, and don't have to need necessary what I call hours and hours and days and weeks of memory skills that we normally would require of people coming into the championship, which would be pictures of 120 people and 500-digit numbers and 50-line poems and ordering a deck of cards. So we wanted to open up what we call the qualifying part of this to anybody that wanted to have some fun and basically use some of the things that have been found to be easy for people to be a part of, and then use that to pick out our folks that we then would put in what we call our stage events. And therefore what we would do is take whatever the populace was that had signed up that wanted to participate, we would shrink that down to people that would participate on Zoom in a virtual event that would pick up from the events that we normally do on stage and pick up 2 of those for what we call the championship round, and what we do is head-to-head, meaning similar to what we do now. We'd have words to remember, we'd have tea party, we'd have a deck of cards, and we decided to pick 2 of those 3 events and move those into a virtual championship. And so we now have the logistics of getting that all happening, so we could announce to people exactly what the events would be, how that would work. But I wanted to give my audience at least a general flavor of anyone listening to this that wants to have some fun and wants to be a part of a memory competition can join for the first part of this. Not any problems. And we're hoping that lots of people will jump at that opportunity, because it's designed to be fun. It's designed to be interactive in terms of your own laptop and what you'll be doing, and therefore we now come to play with our sponsor, Lumosity. And so obviously the committee has all been involved with different activities of what Lumosity offers to people. And after all of us playing and going through what those are, we selected a couple of events that we felt would be fair and open to a general populace. And so we've selected a couple of events from the venue that they offer, which is more than 50. So there's lots of things that they offer. So culling that down to a couple that we thought would be appropriate took a little bit of time and work. And so we finally got there and had the committee together on what those would be. And then comes the next challenge, which is then how do you make that happen? And so how do we make all of this happen in terms of putting together qualifying, putting together championship, and then obviously engaging in the work that is going to make all of that happen. So that's what we finally put together, and we're still working out some wrinkles and crinkles, which we do with a weekly call on Friday afternoon. And therefore that brings us to where we do updates over the weekend, and then we get to everybody to see what's going on. But think of this, any of you listening to this, it's almost like for the first part of this, the whole world can participate in this. That the whole world of the United States, people living in the United States, we're still maintaining the integrity of it in terms of wanting to have a USA resident be a part of the event. And therefore, we're still having our event be the USA Memory Championship / inaugural virtual memory competition. So we're still in that mode, and we've kicked a lot of things around. This is not like black and white, boom, there was still gray and ambiguity in what we would do in that. But I wanted to at least let people know my team has put a lot of thinking, a lot of work, put lots of hours of Zoom calls and getting all the various parties involved. And I'm just thrilled, I'm really excited that we've got something that anybody could participate in terms of our opening events, and then be a part of it in the qualifying with our traditional stage events. I think that will cover it. And what we're planning to do is November 14th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And we've got some really great speakers. And I want this to be fun, and I want this to get out and get more people interested in the whole process of what can each and every one of us do to improve our memories, which has been proven to help with our mental health, as well as people focusing on their physical activities during a really trying time for everybody through the COVID-19 experiences that the whole world is having to adapt to in order for us to all be safe and get to the other side. So that's my broadcast. This is my Thursday, 3 p.m. broadcast. I will be back on Saturday afternoon, which is my normal occurrence. And as we're moving forward, I'm re-looking at my dailies and my weekend, and might be doing some trimming down as we're making some changes to our Maximum Memory Mastery online course, which I think are going to make this by far one of the best courses for people in terms of their mental fitness, as well as their overall fitness for themselves. So excited about that. We've got some really good things going on, and I appreciate the comments that I get from my Live with Tony audience. Have a great Friday, and we'll see you on Saturday. And please, stay safe, be smart. Masking, washing, distancing, that's the best we can do right now, so let's stay with it, and we'll see you on Saturday.